Hello, and thank you so very much for joining me tonight. I go by Luna Neat, and tonight what I'm creating for the collective is a video / by proxy healing session / ASMR style video. Setting an intention to connect with whoever chooses to connect. It's not a forceful thing in any way, so I would never want anyone to feel like that. But if you've seen my last video, I talked a bit about being in a depressed period right now, a bit. You can hear the rain outside, which is great. We haven't had rain here in a little while. And it's fitting. But essentially, it's not just me. So many of us right now are going through either mental health or physical health crises. There's a lot of us in this kind of purgatory, this holding space. It's a journey. We know we have work to do, but we're also having to set a sail in something that feels that it's moving really fast but not moving at all in the same time. I don't know. I guess everybody's different. But I wanted to create a gentle, again, ASMR style video to support the collective, to connect with peace and tranquility and a good night's rest, because whether it's mental or physical or astral or emotional, wherever you're at, wherever this is showing up for you, sleep is going to help all of us. So we want to just focus on getting comfortable, making sure we're not all crossed up, uncross your legs. Settle into your pillow or your chair, or just tune in to within you and breathe and align yourself to receive support and care. I'm not going to use any tools tonight in this video other than I am going to light a candle, but I want this to have a pure quality to it. Because we all feel so raw right now, and it's not to say we don't have access to tools. Obviously, ASMR videos are a tool. But I wanted to kind of honor the rawness that we're experiencing. We know great changes are coming. We know that there's it's not going to be over and done with. It's not that simple. Maybe it could be. But anyway, sorry if that's weird. I like little sounds like that. Let's light our candle and clarify our intention here tonight. I have this cute little nutmeg candle. Right. So we're just lighting this to connect, like a little doorway. It might pop. I should have knocked that little piece off. I'm afraid of it. That's a big old flame for a little candle. So I'm like, all right, we have a big door. Am I surprised? 12:12. Anyway, just want to set an intention on behalf of your and my and everyone else's highest and greatest good, in perfect comfort and alignment. The intention today is to support a level of surrender. And I don't mean surrendering to these challenges, but surrendering to the journey, to the path, to the lessons, to ease into it. And I don't mean to not set sail, but to first surrender. Surrender, detach a little, trust. That was the main word that popped up in my head today as I was inspired to make this. Surrender. Let the waves have their way. Stealing a little from Paul Banks there, but it's a beautiful phrase, beautiful lyric. Let the waves have their way. Let's consider our waves. Emotional waves, obviously. Mental waves, kind of similar. Physical waves, physical journeys, which require our attention, to tune into ourselves, to honor the message that our soul or our body or subconscious is cluing us into when we experience any crises, to focus on ourselves, to surrender to the healing, to get out of our own way, if that applies, and trust the current, trust the tide, trust your inner navigation, and trust that this derailment, this period, is something that will, with no doubt, serve you. It will teach you to become empathetic in new ways. It will teach you compassion. It will give you an authentic quality in the way that you help other people and guide them through their difficult times or share your experience. Alright, I'm not going to tap too much. Sorry for the tappy haters. Not haters, but tapping dislikers. Let me just put this down. Alright. So we're going to do some channeling. We want to invite in our loved ones, our friends, anyone that we know is also going through it in some way. We want to invite them in only in accordance to their free will. So we'll say, if our family and our loved ones' higher self accepts, we want to send them a little prayer, a little well wish, some energy, some non-attached energy for them and their higher selves to use as they see fit. Let's think of our own intentions. What are we working on? What are we looking for clarity in? I want to send some special love, to my friend who I was corresponding with today. A couple of friends, actually, who I was corresponding with today, who are going through it. I just want to send them love and healing vibes and support and hold each other in this place of empowerment, of healing, and lovely activations of self-development and soul experiences. We want to bring ease and grace and just the quality of, making things as comfortable as possible, but honoring the fact that discomfort has its own qualities as well, right? Not like I would wish it on anyone, but sometimes our greatest challenges and our darkest times lead to the brightest, most profound, most uplifting, most life-changing growth or progress. All right. If you'd like, maybe see the person you're thinking of, if you are thinking of someone, or just the openness to whomever may need. See them covered in a cotton candy looking, a pink fuzz, a pink swirl, a pink vapor, a gorgeous color. It is soft, it is pure, it is nutrient dense. And we see them covered in this beautiful pink. Just hold them in that space for a moment. Hold them in that soft space. Know that they are crystallizing and compartmentalizing and releasing and pulling in that which they need. And now for us. You may have, I was a little sharp there, you may have felt a little in your heart, a little quick to detach. Forgive me for that. I don't think that they would feel it. It's more of us, like, oh, okay. But let's focus on us now. Let's focus on your life, the areas of your life you're working on, the areas of your life that are presenting themselves to you to be dealt with, to draw your attention, to draw your focus, to make you look at things in ways you haven't yet or haven't been, to give you the chance to break free in some way, to create new paths, new connections, new space and time. Let's generate a pink energy, call it through. Focusing it around your body, commanding, essentially, your aura to take on this beautiful pink we talked about. Give yourself this little cocoon to process. This is a safe space around you. Your space is a safe space for you to process the experiences. You might feel small. You might feel younger. You might feel weaker. You might feel injured. You might feel like there are wounds you need to tend to. And that's why it's nice to have this safe space around you. You can perceive clearly from the space, but it protects you from outside influences, all the same. It's dense. It's growing. It is the Violet Beauregard of auras, only pink. Alright, I'm just going to center myself for a moment before we move on. It's very confused. Okay, there we go. Hi. Centering myself. I'm seeing a badger right away, or something like a badger, like a, maybe even a mink, but looks bigger. Just seeing images of winter, snow on the ground, lots of slumber, and the plants go within. Alright, so So we can consider perhaps that we're in the earth, in our pink orb, our pink cotton candy, our pink cocoon, deep in the darkness, in the cold outside, but inside it's warm. We want to connect with the earth. We want to focus on validating this experience first. Let yourself feel the fear, the anxiety, the stress, whatever it is, the sorrow, the guilt, the self-deprecation. Like, let yourself feel it. Validate how real this is to you. Of course it is, Validate your fears. Express them. Let them hit you like a wave. If you need to cry, if you need to do anything, just let it happen. Or, as the rain indicates, we're coming to a change of cycle. We have to get it out, validate it, see it. When you see it, when you validate it, it begins to move. It moves from that point. Right? Just focusing down the body to supporting movement and flow. Making sure there's a release point, a couple of release points, so we don't feel too stifled. The air just came on. Okay. And as you let that validate, and as you let yourself feel it in full force, keep breathing. And we're going to channel energy. I'm going to focus the channel into your den. Making sure it can release, making sure you can always receive more and connect with the flow and letting it hit you so it can move, essentially. I'm sorry that I'm a little tongue-tied. Okay. I want to focus as well on a trust in your higher self, a trust in this divine plan. I don't have a better word for it. A trust in what you signed up for, in a way. And I don't mean to say you signed up for terrible things. I don't mean that. But in terms of signing up for your passions and self-discovery is what I mean by that. A trust in your own ability, your trust in the rhythm, a trust in all the other times that you have evidence that you've come out of something. Did I say trust in the lesson? I think I might have, but just in case. And we're just focusing to direct its energy around you, as you can probably tell. Down the front of you, up the back. And this is moving and pumping your energy field to force that movement a little. Force, and I say that in the lightest way, to encourage, to provide a current for movement to easily catch hold of. Okay? So down the front, up the back, over the head and down the body, under the feet, up the back, over the head, and down the front of your body. Alright, it's just a swirl around you. You're pumping. We want to set an intention now to allow, with no resistance, with an element of surrender, to allow what needs to be released, and allow the space to be made for all the beautiful things to come, all the fulfilling things, all the life-changing things to come. You might see or feel pieces. I'm seeing a very angelic energy right now, actually. But you might see or feel these little pulses, little pressure, little warmth in different areas of your subtle body. And you might pick that up if you're, intuitive and sensitive and developed in your psychic senses at all. Just call in what you need. Let everything else wash away. So simple. Right. Right. So you take all the time you need in this space. Create this space for yourself whenever you feel like it. Connect. Send yourself back there for a little recharge, a little care, a little flow, a little space to validate and feel okay about it. I mean, not like you need to go there for that, but if it makes you feel better, if it helps you at all. Just want to fluff your aura, your big pink aura. It's like a soft watermelon kind of color. Sorry about the air for those of you who... Most people say they like it. And I'm just gonna go a little further out because, again, focusing on this density. Like teasing it. Smooth it out. Just change it back a little. Just smooth it out. I hope that you have... excuse me. Alright. I hope you have a wonderful night's rest. I hope that this has served you in some way. I hope you give yourself the time you need to the best of your ability. I hope you know we'll all be waiting for you in some way, Alright, so it really doesn't like this light. How funny. Okay, I just have to laugh at myself staring into the camera there. Alright, so from the very bottom of my heart, I bow to the divine within you, within me, to the magic that we share. Alright. Much love.